Hi, everyone. Mr. Eaton here again. It's the beginning of week 5, and I'm a little late getting my announcement up because I've been covering a developmental learning center, one of our local schools, for a friend of mine who is having her third baby. And she's had a rough time with this pregnancy. Her name is Kelly, and I appreciate if you'd keep her, lift her up in prayer. But I'm covering her class and will be covering it for the next several weeks while she's on maternity leave. But I wanted to bring to your attention the fact that this is week 5 and it's moving really rapidly. I'm really proud of you all. I notice a number of you are getting work done and you're holding a steady pace, which is going to pay dividends for you in the end because it'll be much easier for you if you can do that. And I think just about everybody has checked in. I still have a couple of you I haven't heard from yet. Please get in and put up your introduction. But for those of you that have put up your introduction, just a word to let you know, I didn't mention this at the beginning, but I'll be awarding 5 points extra credit to each person. I'll add it in at the end onto your total points based on the fact that you've given me your introduction in the community post. Later on, either later in this week or possibly the beginning of next week, I'm going to put up a second blog in the community posts. And this blog is going to deal with an issue I want to leave you with this week as a part of the introduction. Okay, it's related to the process of breathing. Now, many of you are going on to lessons 4 and 5 and even lesson 6, and I can't even express how proud I am of the way you guys are keeping up and doing this because an online self-paced course does take personal discipline, and I'm really pleased with how many of you are showing that kind of personal discipline this semester. It tells me that if you can put that kind of discipline into a self-paced course, which you have to motivate yourself to do, it also tells me that in your own relationship and walk with Jesus Christ, that you are self-motivated and you're keeping that relationship vital and you're staying close and clinging to Christ in that relationship. Now, as a part of that, one of the things I want to put forward to you this week is the fact that our study of life science, not being a major ministry based course for Moody, but nonetheless a very important one required course, not life science specifically, but any of the sciences, but as an undergraduate requirement. And one of the things I want to point out is that the way you approach the study largely is reflected in your relationship with Christ. How vital is it? How how much do you draw your very life existence from that relationship with Christ? Are you on fire for him? Does it do you sit down when you have a chance to sit down and get into God's word? If you do it especially on a daily basis with a disciplined devotional life, does it really drive you? Does it just give you a sense of re-energization each week as you sit and take time to read through his word and learn what the Lord is saying to us? The process in lesson 3 of breathing, respiration, okay? But it's really breathing for all living organisms. Plants do it a little backwards from us, and that's what I want to bring to you. Plants do photosynthesis. We do respiration and fermentation also as part of the process of living, which brings energy and produces energy and needed vitamins and minerals and things to our cells. You and I breathe in oxygen, and through all of the process of respiration, ultimately the waste product is carbon dioxide, CO2, which you and I breathe out through the respiratory system, the lungs. All living organisms produce carbon dioxide in one form or another and breathe it out in some way. Plants perform photosynthesis, and through photosynthesis, they take in carbon dioxide that you and I are breathing out. Okay? And they use that carbon dioxide to drive the process of photosynthesis with sunlight and water, producing carbohydrates, which is the sugars, the food for the plants, and oxygen. They give off oxygen as a waste product, which you and I breathe. Do you think that's just coincidence? Ponder that. Later this week or the beginning of next week, I'm going to put up a second blog, and I want you to take some time to read it and ponder it a little bit before you respond. And I'll have a couple of specific questions for you to respond to. That's my message this week. I hope it doesn't take you by storm. I hope you have a chance to think about it. Have a great week. I know that a number of you are really struggling to get started, but most of you are in there. Trust me, I've been in touch with most of you, and I'm glad you're keeping in touch. And I'll be talking to you a little bit later this week. But for now, God bless. Have a great week, and don't forget to pray for our Moody committee that is working through the selection process right now for candidates for president for our institute, and keep all of our leadership at Moody in prayer. It's a very big job, and a lot is going on right now. God bless, and I'll talk to you in more detail later.